Greetings all and welcome back to Minecraft Modsauce 2, Episode 7, with Cyntraus Plays. Welcome to my new abode. I went nuts and dug a bunch of stuff out. Sorry, took a couple weeks off and just played. The castle is gone, and on the outside, it's raining. Does it stop raining? No, it's still raining. I got so much golden diamond, I made a golden diamond path. Big old house with some eyeballs and some angry eyebrows, and used chisel to make some glowstone, and got a zombie head and a skeleton head and a black skeleton and a creeper head and a head. Exploded on my AE, turned my 6 single processors into 4 quad processors and molecular assemblers. Let me show you real quick how those work one at a time. One of those I have a pattern. What you need is a pattern terminal. Let's say you have a bunch of glowstone dust and you need to make glowstones. So you put it in your pattern terminal here. It gives you the output there and encode pattern to a blank pattern. You take that blank pattern and put it in the interface terminal if you have pattern makers and whatnot out there. It'll put it into one of those interface terminals. Now, before you get to that, this is the simple setup right here. Molecular assembler. Instead of interface terminals, I have hoppers. Let's get some glowstone. And chest feeding into the hopper, feeding into the molecular assembler. Hoppers out and chest out. Your molecular assembler holds one pattern. Hold shift, you can see the graphic of that. 4 glowstone dust into 1 glowstone. Put that in there. You feed your items into the top and it comes out here. You suck them out the bottom. It goes out there. So let's put our glowstone dust in there, and it's going to feed it kind of slow, but it's feeding the glowstone in. Oh, also this molecular assembler needs power from an AE source. So there's your simple setup. Pattern, 4 glowstone dust, makes 1 glowstone, goes out the bottom and into this chest, and you're making glowstone instead of having to make it yourself. You do the same thing. Let's see what's on the top one here, because I can't reach any of the other ones. This holds patterns to make igneous extruder, gold nuggets, induction smelter. This holds patterns for all this stuff, and you don't need to go to each one of those interface terminals, or you don't need to go to each one of those ME interface. You get an interface terminal and it shows all your interfaces. Connected to molecular assemblers, I have 32 interfaces connected to molecular assemblers, and you drop your patterns in there, and each one of these rows is according to one of the interfaces. Yeah. So I've started filling it up with stuff. And when that's full, I guess I'm going to have to make another tower. Also, you saw here advanced inscriber and chips. I have interface terminals hooked up to advanced inscribers, and you get your engineering press in there, and what this does, it has a pattern to make engineering circuit. So if I need to make engineering circuit, it's going to pump diamonds in there, poof, it's going to press and shoot them out, and this import bus is going to import it into the AE system. This guy right here is pumping in redstone in the bottom, silicon circuits or redstone on the left, silicon circuits in the bottom. And if I need any of the circuits, I tell it to make logic processor or engineering processor or calculation processor. Is going to put one of those raw chips in the top here and proceed to make that there. So let's, what does this one make here? This makes calculation press. Got a terminal over here. Calculation circuit craft. Let's make 30 of those. Whoops. Craft 10, 20, 30. Next tells you what it takes. It takes 30 of the printed calculation circuits to craft 30 calculation processors. And it is going to route it through here. Oh, did I make them already? I had them made. Alright, I had the calculation circuits already made. So it pumped all the printed calculation circuits and is combining it with the silicon and the redstone to make the circuits, the processors. And I've got those all set up for all the different chips. Other new, oh, hop off AE real quick. Let's take a look at my place. Is it still raining outside? Yeah, well, we'll take a look at it real quick. Alright, I got some real estate. That was it. Quick tour. Nice little clear glass window, clear glass roof. Oh, I gotta go over there and show you Bell's reactor. Oh my god, that thing's awesome. Just for grins and giggles, I made a second turbine out back here and prettied it up too. I had to expand my reactor down 2 blocks so it'll make 4,000 millibuckets of steam. Hello. Am I lagging? I think I'm lagging. Yeah. 4,000 millibuckets of steam coming out is using 0.14 millibuckets of Ulorium, which is no problem because the laser drill down there is continuously making stuff. So right now I've got 30,000 Ulorium ingots. I ain't gonna run out of power. Needed faster water for this reactor because it's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 high. Well, it's 5 high for the 5, 6, 7 high. It's 7 by 7 by 7. Needed to make some super laminar fluid duct. Once pressurized, it's limitless flow. Still using the transfer node, but I increased it with the interaction upgrades and the speed upgrades to suck up the water. More super laminar fluid ducts taking the steam out of here and into this turbine, and the excess water coming out of the super laminar fluid duct, pumping back into the reactor. Same thing is happening in between these two, but their coolant port are right next to each other. So you have a reactor coolant port out touching a reactor coolant port, turbine fluid port in. So they're touching each other. Right there. So that's transferring all that fluid and stuff. Auto. Oh, that's what I was getting at. Right here. ME controller is a multi-block. And it appears to be an 8x8x8 max. So this seems to be one wall, and I have it going downstairs. So it could go another 8 blocks that way. 8 blocks up, it could be a huge block. But all I'm using it for right here, you have your dense cable, 32 channels per side per ME controller block you can have. So that's why you need the multi-block structure when you have all this stuff connected here. Connected and disconnected. Made another floor down here, and this is auto crafting. So I got a row of this, and I can have a whole, it can come out another 8 by 8 by 8 if and I need it but you don't need to make it a block. You can put them anywhere across in here. Set up my ex nihilo 3 sieves with fortune upgrade and speed upgrades. This dumps gravel in and sieves gravel. This one dumps sand in. This one dumps dust in. I am also making got cobblestone out of here with a transfer node with lava and water. So that's full. That's got 16,000 cobble. And what do I have this chest here for? Can't remember. Probably, okay, yeah. ME level emitter. I want 20,000 cobble in my system at all times. So I got cobble and I need to make gravel. So I take the cobble and drop it into a pulverizer, but I don't want it to keep making gravel on gravel on gravel. So if there's 10,000 gravel in the system, this redstone signal goes off. This redstone signal goes off and the pulverizer stops pulverizing because I told it to only work when it's high. When the signal is on. Yeah, there we go. Same thing with this guy. It's dropping in gravel and you see it's got gravel in there but it's not working. So I need cobblestone to make gravel, gravel to make sand. Got another pulverizer somewhere to make dust. Is it out here? And dropping in sand to make dust. If there's 10,000 dust in the system, this turns off. Now look how fast these guys go. And I can go nuts. It depends on what I need. If I need emeralds or diamonds, I turn on the gravel. If I need Cyntraus or Yellorium, Cyntraus or Yellorium, and you're always going to get nickel, aluminum, tin, gold, silver, platinum, osmium, lead, iron, and copper, and then some other things, amber. So if I need Cyntraus, I turn on my sand. And if I need... Oh, it was the first one? Are you kidding me? If I need blaze powder or bone meal or Cyntraus dust, I turn on the dust. And it starts filtering it in, and it goes like a champ. And I can turn all these on, and they all go like champs. And my daughter just put the yogurt container in my coffee. Causes some lag. I'm down to 9 frames a second. But that's ex nihilo. Oops. And it's making them and sucking them out fast. Export buses. Exporting sand into the top. Importing out. And you need at least 2 acceleration cards. And redstone card. I didn't use this with redstone, but that gives you availability to, whoops, act up a signal. Huh. What I have this set up? Act up a signal. It doesn't matter. Oh, that's this. This is the redstone signal for that right there. I turn these redstone signals off. Whoops. And it stops feeding the sand in. So la-di-da. Now you know you get all those little crumbled and crushed and whatever ores from X Nihilo. Let's wait for that to stop and get my frames back. Alright, I think I got some frames back. Crafters. 3 tiers of crafters, but it's going to collect broken ore. Whatever you put in here is a pattern. Let's go to the last one. I have 1 recipe left. You put in your pattern in here and hit apply, and it'll save it. So it's combining osmium ore dust to make, or powdered osmium ore to make osmium ore dust. And you smelt that to get 1 osmium ore. And I have that set up for all the X Nihilo stuff. Gravels, sands, dusts, and gravel, sand. Got room for 2 more. Now smelters is going to take all my sands, and whenever it gets it, it's going to dump it in here and smelt it and suck it out. And all my dusts, dump it in there and smelt it. Is that what this guy is back here? Yeah, gravels, dump it in there and smelt it. So let's see, the most common thing is iron. 142,000 iron ingots, because you get iron, copper, gold from everything, but iron is the most common. So I've got iron forever. So that's X Nihilo set up. No need to mine anymore. And we'll finish up this tour with the rest of my auto crafting stuff. What's over here? Sand. Oh, this is making glass. If there's 1,000 or less glass, it'll turn on this and make glass for me. This is making more gravel, because I needed twice the gravel production at first. I don't need it anymore. I could probably take that off. Alloy smelters set up as well. Just a block vibrant alloy. First one is energetic alloy, which takes redstone, gold, glowstone. You have to set this up. Alloy is only active with signal. If there's 128 or less energetic alloy, redstone signal comes on. It starts processing this redstone, glowstone, gold. Then it pumps in redstone, gold, glowstone. And vibrant alloy takes energetic alloy and ender pearl. Now I have to feed the system ender pearls, but we get an ender farm. And what else I got over here? Enderium, which is Enderium Base. That's over here. Enderium Base is tin, silver, shiny. And you get your Enderium Base with pyrotheum. Pyrotheum is... Whoops, didn't want to do that. It put it in there. Anyways, let's get this back in the system. So, got a lot of my Ender IO, guys, auto crafting. And what did I have over here? Ardite is crushing the Ardite, and this is more pulverizers that I can add in 8 more things for it to pulverize once it gets in the system. My daughter Sophie just informed me to tell you that she has 3 wiggly tooths. Oh, I ran out of room. Osmium of the gravel. 4 more X Nihilo. Oh, now check this out. I added in the crystal growth chamber, and it's gonna pump in Cyntraus quartz seeds if I need more pure Cyntraus quartz. So Cyntraus, I got 1,000. Let's make 300 more seeds. Sand and Cyntraus quartz dust. Start. It's making the seeds. This is exporting the seeds into the crystal growth chamber, and it's growthing them. And when they're fully grown, it's pulling out pure Cyntraus quartz crystals. And that is about it. That is about it for my my auto crafting so far. Purple things are pistols. I don't know what that means. There has to be something else new around here. Went nuts with chisels, so I got a chest here full of chisel blocks I got left over. Yeah, that's about it. I want to throw in circuits. Oh, processor. Yeah, they got into the paint. Let's make 100 logic processors. Next. Have the gold, make all that. Now, it's going to go down here and feed in the gold to make the processors. Sorry, feed in the gold to make the circuits. And I told the system to make the processors, so it's going to feed in the logic circuits and make my processors. So that was at the beginning. At the beginning of Applied Energistics, that was a chore. So that's about it. Upgraded base, upgraded stuff, lots of AE. Got my monitors over there telling me it's making that. I can make 4 more things at the same time. I wonder if that shows. One of these is going to show it making it. Oh no, that's downstairs. It's making it downstairs. So that's just a quick update. I don't know what I'm going to get into next. I'm probably going to get into mechanism. Because I don't know what to do. I mean, I did Applied Energistics. This is all the auto crafting stuff. It's boring to watch set this up, but once you get it all set up, you're freaking golden. Oh, got plenty of storage left. What else do I gotta do? That's no, she's good with paint. Just got into the white one. Kids, lovely kids. Bell hasn't been on for a little while. Oh, let's go see his reactor. I wonder if I can. I don't want to crank it up. So let's hop on over. Now let's hop all over here. And there's some liquid stuff that he needs to make. He's got a farm out there. So many interruptions. Check this out. Reactor. We'll crank this up next time when Bell's here because I don't know what it is. But this charges. Wow. This charges up a laser. And the laser shoots in there and starts off the. Oh, that's so cool. Is that all the banks? Oh, I'm pretty sure you don't get another bank there. And another bank there. And it charges this guy up. And it's holding 1 gigajoule. Oh no, it's holding 5 gigajoules of energy. And you shoot that in there and it starts up the reactor. This reactor takes all kinds of stuff. Heavy water. It takes heavy water, which you gotta make. Takes deuterium. And it takes liquid DT fuel. And this all set up, I'll have to have Bell explain it to you. He explained it to me once, but I don't quite remember. I'm sure I could follow it. I'm a smart fella. But I could follow all the stuff around. But you need big selenium. Hold on. Big tanks. He found a use for all that copper. Special little hidden button right there. Activate portal. Run through it. Now we be out in the desert. Wait for it to load. That should be it. Solar evaporation block. Making water in there. Water into brine. I can't explain all of this. Brine. Liquid lithium. Lithium bedrockium. Liquid lithium bedrockium. What's in this one here? Tritium bedrockium. A bunch of liquid to gas so you can transport it via different ducts. What is this thing? Solar neutron activator. I don't know what that does. Let's get the whole scope of this thing here. Bell, you busy boy. Bell, you busy boy. Check out what you can do with freaking mechanism. And that thing produces like megajoules of stuff. This is all for a reactor. It's amazing. Let us get back home. Whoops, faster. We are home, and we will see you guys next time, and hopefully I'll have something to do while I'm doing on screen. This is just basically setting up stuff for processing, but I gotta get... Oh, check this out. Gas tiers on an obsidian block get you a weeping pod. One weeping pod gets you 2 gas tiers. And then you plant it again. Weeping pod grows up and gets you 2 gas tiers. So you got 4, you turn them into 8. Until next time, folks, take care, be square, be a nerd, be a geek, and we'll see y'all later. Peace!